Well, thank you so much. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes, bro.
Well, thank you so much for this great introduction from Mukhtar, Sulia, and Bamise. It's great to hear you talking about success, and that's why we're gathered here today to talk about your great journey to success, and especially in relation to PCB. We're really delighted to have you as a partner. I think that we have started this year because Marshall Technology is now a PCB partner from this year, and they are having a tremendous success in delivering high quality, accredited and recognized training courses such as 42,001, 27,001, and else. So it's a great pleasure being in this webinar. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a delight. And today we're going to be talking about personal accountability and continuous improvement. So how can we apply standardization principles to self-development? And with this, we will also interlink this topic with PECB certifications and how this journey, for example, can exemplify to each and every one of you and every professional around the globe that fierce commitment towards continuous improvement and self-development. Okay. So the agenda today would be to talk about what personal accountability and continuous improvement is, the importance of standardization in personal development. We're going to be talking about how PCB certifications align with these principles and support career growth. And at the end, we're going to be sharing some real life examples of how certifications and continuous improvement can transform professional journeys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them at any time. Now, let's talk about understanding personal accountability and continuous improvement. So, what is personal accountability? First, I'm sure that we know what this pertains to. This pertains to basically taking ownership of your actions, behaviors, and results. It basically involves setting clear goals and staying committed to these goals, and also holding yourself responsible for achieving them. Now, you might ask, what's the importance of this in your career and life? And my answer would be that being accountable means you actively pursue your goals, measure progress, and take corrective actions when necessary. This will introduce you and your career to a cycle of continual improvement. Now, what's continuous improvement? Continuous improvement is basically a mindset and process of constantly looking for ways to improve, let's say, your skills, your productivity, and your overall performance. So it's about being complacent regardless of your current achievements. So basically, what I want to say with this is, let's just say that you just achieved a certification on 27,001, but you should not just sit back and relax, because the development and everything is changing on a daily basis. So you have to keep being updated and developed as well in your career. So it doesn't mean that you got one certification and then it's over, the success is achieved. No, at the contrary, that is just the beginning. If you want to be part of top-notch professionals around the globe, you have to continually seek improvement in your business, in your personal development, anything that surrounds you. And with this, we can also mention, I don't know if you heard about this, but a great example is the Kaizen philosophy. So this is mostly applied in business, and this is a Japanese philosophy of continuous incremental improvement, and it applies equally to personal development as well. Now, why this matters is because continuous improvement ensures that you stay relevant in your profession. It ensures that you stay competitive, and it ensures that you are adapting to an ever-evolving world. Okay, that's why this is so crucial and important for you and for your career. Now, the third point in this slide is the role of standardization in personal development. So let's talk about the standardization principle. So the standardization principle entails, and it involves establishing consistent procedures, methodologies, and metrics to enhance efficiency and quality. How is this applied to self-development? This is applied by applying standardized methods to personal growth. Let's take examples such as learning frameworks, goal-setting processes. By this, you can achieve more predictable and scalable results in your professional journey. Some examples can be implementing regular self-assessments, creating structured learning paths, and measuring improvement over time by using consistent metrics. Later on, we're going to talk about some examples on how you can apply this as well. Now, we need to talk about how this, for example, is supported by PECB. Now, first, I'm sure that you are aware, but PECB is a global leader in providing certifications and training programs in areas such as ISO standards, information security, quality management, as well as governance. And now recently, we are becoming a leader on ISO 42001, which is the AI course. This is actually being hugely demanded right now, especially in the North American territory. And you might ask, why PECB? Why PECB? Because PECB courses and certifications are accredited, and they are based on internationally recognized standards, offering professionals a structured path to mastery and continuous improvement. So let's now talk about PECB certifications and how this is interlinked with continuous improvement. So first, let's talk about the training structure. PECB courses are designed to instill a continuous improvement mindset. For example, ISO 9001, which is related to quality management system, teaches professionals to implement, monitor, and continuously improve quality management system in your work and organization. So this is one prime example. Another example would be ISO 27001, which is related to information security. So this standard focuses on improving your skills in securing information systems with an emphasis on continuous assessment and improvement. And the thing about these courses is that they enter in a cycle of progressive learning. So certifications range from entry levels, which is foundation, is only 2 days, to advanced levels, such as lead implementer and lead auditor, ensuring that professionals have a clear, structured progression in their career development. So when we talk about PECB and the courses that PECB develops, we talk about a consistent framework. So PECB's use of standardized methodologies and frameworks aligns with the idea of personal development through consistent and measurable growth. And last but not least, let's talk about personal accountability through PECB certifications. This is quite crucial as well. So what PECB certifications teach us, and teach professionals in this case, is self-discipline and accountability. So the process of obtaining a PECB certification requires dedication, discipline, and personal responsibility. So in this case, the professional is accountable for their progress in completing the training, preparing for the exam, and applying knowledge that they learn in these training courses in their work. And PECB certifications and training courses also consist of real-world application. So basically, these certifications, which are accredited once again, they prepare individuals to implement internationally recognized standards in their organizations that have proven to be very, very effective. And these ensure that their actions are aligned with best practices and industry standards. So when it comes to the ISO standards, it's not that only one region in the world or only one continent or only one country applies them. They are applied everywhere because they are continuously updated and they continuously try to maximize the efficiency in any sphere or section within your company. So let's take another example. A project manager who earns the ISO 21502, which stands for project management, and this course actually is based on the PMI book. A professional who earns a certification on this training becomes personally accountable for applying project management standards to improve project outcomes and team efficiency. So this is directly applied to the practices that this organization does in their operational structure. Okay, and slide 5, we're going to talk about how we can integrate standardization principles into your self-development journey. Now, this is very important because this is actually raw data that works and examples that work and have proven to work over time for professionals. So let's talk about creating a standardized plan for personal growth. So I use this personally as well, and I recommend this to my team, to anyone I work with and anyone that surrounds me, and I will recommend this to you as well. So what we include here is first, goal setting. Just like in business, setting clear, measurable goals for your professional journey is key. So you can apply different standard methodologies. There are tons of them. And whichever works for you best, you can apply them into your personal growth success. Then the second point in creating a standardized plan would be process improvement. So continuously review your progress and adjust your strategies to ensure that you're on the right path. So in this case, you can use tools such as personal performance reviews, time management frameworks, and productivity systems. This is actually very, very important. And the second thing would be to track your progress and make yourself accountable for your goals. So what we include here are 3 points. The first one is conduct regular self-assessments. So just as organizations track key performance indicators or KPIs, you as an individual and professionals can track their own progress through regular self-assessments. You can also use metrics. So you can define metrics for self-development. Let's say now, since we're talking about certifications, the metric that you can use is the number of certifications completed for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years. But you have to set a metrics for yourself. You have to set a goal. The next thing that you can measure is projects successfully delivered and the skills that you acquired from these projects that you delivered. And all these things and examples that we mentioned, you have to regularly evaluate your progress against them. Okay? It's not just let me start a journey and see where I end up. You have to regularly evaluate everything that you're doing if you want to maximize success and maximize efficiency. And last but not least, in the tracking progress and staying accountable section is adjusting the course. This is actually very, very crucial. You don't have to wait until the end of the evaluation process. Standardized process encourage ongoing reflection and continuous fine-tuning. So you have to be able to see that if this track that you have entered is not working, you have to review that and you have to adjust course the other way. You have to try some other thing, because when you achieve the end, it might be too late. Even if you achieve the end, you can, of course, try another way, another route. But since you're using and since you want to use your time efficiently, you can be able and you have to be able to adjust the course and be able to improve on your current track that you're going. This will make sure that the track or the journey that you're into is successful and that you use your time efficiently. And last on this is, of course, the feedback loops and iteration. And this is actually very, very important too. I highly recommend this to everyone. And we have 2 points here. We have continuous feedback, which is the first point. And what I recommend here is to, for example, in both personal growth and professional context, feedback is crucial. I can't repeat myself enough here. Feedback is crucial. Use feedback from peers, from mentors, and performance evaluations to fuel your self-improvement journey. Because you might be noticing some things about your journey and the things that you're doing, but maybe you're missing out on something. And that's why you have to have continuous feedback from your peers, maybe from a coach, or maybe one of your friends, or anyone that you trust and that has a professional mindset. Because again, they might be noticing things about you or the journey that you're doing that you're missing out. And that might be crucial to achieving success and to achieve efficiency. So that's why this is really important. And I also want to talk here about the PECB's role. So what's PECB's role in this? For example, PECB certifications in this case often include feedback mechanisms such as assessments and exams, which provide insights into areas that need improvement. For example, after obtaining a certification, you can use the feedback to identify areas for further growth. And this is very important, and this pertains to what we discussed right now. Okay, and now the emphasis of all this and some prime examples. I think this is actually one of the most important things. And everything is important what we covered so far, but this is actually very important. So how real world application of continuous improvement is conducted. So first, we're going to be talking about the case studies of successful professionals that have used PECB certifications for their professional growth. And then we're going to be talking about how this translates to career growth. So first example that I want to take here is an IT professional. So a cybersecurity professional who gained, let's say, the ISO 27001 certification demonstrated enhanced personal accountability and applied the principle of continuous improvement in securing their organization's data infrastructure. So this is a very good example, especially with the ever-evolving cyber attacks that we have in today's digital world. Now, we might have a lot of cyber professionals or information security professionals in this meeting, and they might know what I'm talking about here. So if a cybersecurity professional is securing a certain process within their organization for, let's say, in Q1 2024, then they have to continually review that process because the cyber attacks are evolving day by day. So they can't just sit and watch their organization getting outnumbered or outperformed from the cyber attacks. So you have to keep manually updated with everything that's going on. And the second example is a quality manager. So a quality manager is a professional in quality management who obtained 9001 certification. And he or she used this certification to implement continuous improvement cycles within their department, improving product quality and operational efficiency. So same example as the first one with the IT professional, but different sphere. And third is a project manager. So a project manager who gets certified on ISO 21502, he or she can develop a standardized approach to managing projects, leading to more consistent outcomes and higher stakeholder satisfaction. So each certification that these professionals get for the task or the function that they do in their organization can be quite effective and quite successful if they and their organization decide so. Because applying these practices to their daily functions is tremendous and can have a tremendous outcomes for their organization. And we might ask how this translates to career growth as well. And my answer is, for example, for PECB certifications, they give professionals a competitive edge actually by ensuring that they are continuously improving their expertise and maintaining accountability for their results. And continuous improvement and personal accountability driven by certifications like those offered by PECB can lead to higher job satisfaction, can lead to increased professional opportunities, as well as a stronger reputation in the industry. So this is very, very important. Now, to summarize everything that we covered here, I think it's important for every professional, whatever the industry is, and whatever cycle, be it personal or business-wise, they have to start to enter in a cycle of goal setting and improvement setting cycle, which helps them improve their career. As I said at the beginning, and I think I mentioned this twice now, if you just achieve a certification or if you just complete a course or a specialization or else, it doesn't mean that it's over. So success is measured by continuously being updated, by continuously improving, and by continuously reviewing your journey. And also by continuously getting feedback from your trusted surroundings. So you have to ask everyone if I'm doing okay, if I'm doing this right, if I'm doing this wrong, because again, they might notice things that you are not seeing in your journey. So basically, this is it in terms of this topic. I hope that we had a very important discussion. Don't forget to follow PECB on our social media platforms. And also, I don't know if we have time for questions.